الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Last week we studied chapter 3, which is about conditions of trade transaction, and I think we covered the whole thing, and we said that these conditions of two kinds or two types: trade conditions, which is the original conditions for any transaction that was set by the lawgiver, which means by Allah Azza wa Jal. And we said these no one can change. And any sale or any transaction was not, didn't meet any of these conditions, and it's not invalid. The other kind of conditions, we said conditions within the sale. Okay? Conditions within the sale. That means people put certain conditions on the contract. And as we said, it's okay. And there are these conditions are two kinds: valid and invalid. The valid conditions is something, for example, that to make the surety. To make sure. The seller, to make sure that he gets his money, so he puts some kind of conditions like deposit or something like that. It's okay. Also, a person, maybe he write or put certain conditions to make sure that the product that he take is good, okay, or meet the requirement that he's looking for. So this is okay. Invalid conditions which contradict with the Sharia, like, for example, as we said, which is the famous one, to have two contracts in one contract. To get something as exchange of something based on the contract. Doesn't mean including the sale. As I mentioned this example. I said, for example, I will sell you my car, okay, but you have to rent me your house. We said these two contracts in one contract is not right, okay? The other kind of invalid conditions that was not approved by the Sharia. And we said the contract is valid, but the condition is invalid. Clear? So we have two kinds here, two types. Be careful. For the first one, the contract itself will be invalid. For the second case, the contract or the sale is valid, but the condition is not valid. And we get the example of Barira, the story of Barira. We talk about it today, inshallah.
Penalty clauses.
Yes.
The time deadline, for example, construction. If you finish within 1 year, you go. If you don't finish it, then there's penalty clause.
Yeah, we'll discuss it, inshallah. This was here we'll talk today about options in trade transactions. Al-khiyar. They call it al-khiyaru fil bay'. Al-khiyar fil bay'. What option the seller or the buyer has in the contract, or while they are doing this operation. These options, in fact, were given by the Sharia to both the seller and the buyer to facilitate the relation between the two parties, at the same time to assure that everyone benefits from this transaction. And inshallah we'll talk about this. The ulama classified in 7 categories, 7 types of options, and we'll talk about everyone inshallah in detail. Where's our reader? Yeah. Bismillah.
Chapter 4.
Start with Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Yeah.
Chapter 4. Option in trade transactions. Islam is a lenient and comprehensive religion that cares for Muslims' interests and mitigates difficulties to make things
for them. This is evident in the legal rulings concerning trade transactions, as Islam gives each of the seller and the buyer the choice to consider his own interest, so that he can confirm what benefits him and cancels out what appears to be against his interest regarding the sale. Option in sales means seeking that which is better in either the conclusion of the avoidance of the sale. There are 8 types of option in trade transactions.
Five, I said 7, and here said 8. Sometimes, some books, 2, they put them under one category. Now, the first one.
First, option during the session.
5. Option during the session. 5. This is what we call it خيار المجلس. Write this. Write in Arabic. خيار المجلس. Now, what's the meaning of خيار and what's the meaning of مجلس? خيار means option. المجلس means the session. Here it means the sitting. We said مجلس. This is مجلس. That's the place that we are sitting and we are gathered. Right. Is it here the same like what we say about when we sit? I mean, does this mean that only if we are sitting in place that was prepared for sitting? Here, in fact, خيار المجلس refer to the time, okay, where the seller and the buyer in the same place by their bodies. Clear?
Not the place.
Physically, yes. Okay? That means physically, both the buyer and the seller in one place. They they meet in one place. This is what we call it majlis. Here we have option. What's the option here? The option is as long as they are in this place together, both of them, they have the right and the option to approve the sale or to cancel. Clear? As long as they are together. This based on the hadith, البيعان بالخيار ما لم يفترقا. البيعان, that means both the buyer and the seller, بالخيار, they have the option ما لم يفترقا, as long as they did not separate it. I mean, everyone go in different way. Right. How can that mean there's no time limit? This is one thing. Maybe this sitting lasts 14 hours. Maybe for 5 minutes. How? Like for example, we are in this room. Arshad, he saw my mobile and say, I like your mobile. MashaAllah. I want to buy it. I said, okay, I will sell it for you for 1,000 riyal. He said, okay, I agree. And then before we finish the class, he said, look, I changed my mind. Okay? I don't think that I will take it. Now, should I say, no, you said that you will take it, now you have to take it? No. He still have the option. But if we left here, this room, and then after we met the following day or after 1 hour or said, he said, I changed my mind. I said, no. You have no choice but to, okay, pay my money. Right? Clear? So this is what we call it. Right? You are now only 30 minutes. Right? You were traveling, for example, from Jeddah to Sri Lanka. How many hours is it, Abdul Majid? 6 hours? Okay. Salam Allah. Right? 6 hours? Right, let's make it longer. You are traveling from where? What's the longest?
7 hours.
From here to US, for example, 14 hours. Right? In the aircraft, in the airplane, I met, for example, with Shamsul in the airplane. MashaAllah, Shamsul, as you know, MashaAllah, he's a technician. He like all these devices, smart phones, and so I saw that he has very nice one, and I agreed to buy it from him. How long we have this option? For how long? Huh? As long as we are in the plane, we are together. Okay? We still have the option to continue or to cancel. This is called khiyar al-majlis. Both sides, they have the right and the option of continue the sale or to stop it. Now, right. Go ahead.
Both the seller and the buyer have the choice to confirm or cancel the deal as long as they have not separated from the place of the deal. For the Prophet ﷺ said, both the buyer and the seller have the option of cancelling or confirming the bargain as long as they have not parted and are still together.
So this is the first kind. Here, if one of them, he make himself smart, and the minute that he make the deal, he run out. For example, I want to sell as the same example. So I said, I gave him my mobile, and I said, okay, give me my money. And I have to stay here for 1 hour. But the minute that I gave it to him, I said, I will leave. I'm sorry, excuse me, I have an appointment or something. And my purpose is just to go away before he changes his mind. Okay, this is not right. This is haram. This is not lawful. Okay? And there's hadith about this, inshallah, it will come. Now,
His eminent scholar Ibn al-Qayyim, may Allah have mercy on him, said, the lawgiver has ordained the option during the session while concluding trade transactions for the interest of the two parties to achieve full consent and satisfaction which Allah stipulates in transactions. When he says, which translates, by mutual consent.
إلا عن تراض منكم.
Sometimes a contract is concluded without being reconsidered or reviewed. Therefore, the perfect Sharia, Islamic law, necessitates the existence of a session during which the two parties can reconsider the deal. Thus, according to the aforementioned hadith, both the seller and the buyer have the choice to confirm or cancel the deal, as long as they have not separated from the place of the deal. However, if the two parties or one of them ignores this aspect of choice, the deal is still deemed valid once it is concluded.
One of them, he said, okay, this is final for me. Okay? The minute that they made the deal, he said, this is final, and I give up my right of the option of change my mind or cancel the deal. Then what happened? For him, for this person, he gave up his right. Right. Is this applied to the other one? No. Okay. You give up your right, but I didn't give up my right. Okay. Unless we both give up our right of this option, then when the deal confirmed, that means it is final. It is final. Right. Now, this is the point here. Now,
this choice is a right related to both the seller and the buyer, and each of them is allowed to ignore it, as long as they have not parted and are still together, or one of them gives the other the option of keeping or cancelling the bargain, as the Prophet ﷺ said. However, it is prohibited for each of the two parties to hasten to leave the other in order to prevent him from reconsidering the deal.
Yeah, this is the point that we said. He should not leave just for the purpose of cancelling the deal. Now,
Amr ibn Shu'ayb reported that the Prophet ﷺ said, and it is not permissible for one of them to separate from the other for fear that the later may demand that the bargain be reconsidered.
yeah, this is the hadith, وَلَا يَحِلُّ لَهُ أَنْ يُفَارِقُهُ. Yani, one of them he just hastened to leave just to benefit from this deal before the other party change his mind. And look to, subhanallah, the Sharia, how, it's taken account the psychology of men at the time of buying or selling. Sometimes we do this. You come, you see something in front of you. Oh, I like this. I want to buy it. And then, at the time that it was not yours, you want to buy it. But the minute that you are sure that you may get it, then you say, well, let me think. I don't know if I can afford this or not, if it's a good idea or not, He's still now thinking. Then he will make his decision. This is why you see, subhanallah, the Sharia gave you the chance to think and reconsider your decision before you go ahead for it. And this is to show one of the wisdom of the Sharia, subhanallah. Now.
Second, option of stipulation.
No.
The two parties can stipulate during or after concluding the contract that a certain period of option to accept or reject the deal is to be specified. If both of them agree to that, then they have the right of option whether to accept or reject the deal within the specified period. This is because the Prophet ﷺ said, Muslims must keep to the conditions they make.
The hadith, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام said, المسلمون عند شروطهم. This is the meaning of this hadith. المسلمون عند شروطهم. طيب, what's the difference between this one, this type, and the first one? This is called خيار الشرط. Write it down. Okay, option of stipulation means خيار الشرط. Shart means condition. Right. This give you more time to think about it. Like, for example, you buy something. If you didn't put this condition, then you may not retain it. But if you say to the seller, look, I want you to give me chance for 2 days, right? And these 2 days I may return this product or the commodity, whatever, back. Now, did you make condition here or not? This is called khiyar al-shart. Khiyar al-shart. Option for what? You did this option. You have the right to do this. And also the seller has the right to do this. He will say, for example, okay, like some, places, they will tell you, you can take this device, you or this car, you have, to check it if you want to take it to the mechanic, or you have 24 hours. Yeah, no, not warranty. I'm making condition that I may return it without anything. I said, well, I didn't like it. Right? He gave me 24 hours.
Fine.
Yes, or I asked for it. I said, no, 24 hours is not enough for me. I need 3 days. Alright? If we agree, and this condition should be approved. Should be approved. I said, no. You like to take it now or leave it. Right? This is called khiyar al-shart. And this based on any condition that you put. Any condition that you put. Okay? If you put this condition, this is called khiyar al-shart. This is the second step. Now.
Moreover, the validity of the option of stipulation is indicated in the general meaning of the following Quranic verse. O you who have believed, fulfill all contracts.
نعم. This is in Surah Al-Ma'idah. يا أيها الذين آمنوا أوفوا بالعقود. Surah Al-Ma'idah. First ayah in Surah Al-Ma'idah. يا أيها الذين آمنوا أوفوا بالعقود. And this ayah, my brother, this ayah is very important because it gives very general guideline. Because it's not only on the contract of selling and buying. Any contract you should fulfill. Any promise you should fulfill. Okay? At your work, that means when you sign contract to work in certain company, they say that you have to do this and this and this and this. In exchange, we'll give you this and this and this and this. Then you should fulfill your part. Okay? And there's some people out of ignorance, he said, well, you know, they didn't give me my money. Okay? They did this and that to me. So I will not do my job as it should be. We say this is not right. Huh? If they didn't do their part or fulfill their obligation, this is not excuse for you not to do your part. Because all of you will be judged in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is very important. If you are working in company or any place, and let's say that they don't give you, you know, the money that you should get. Okay? They don't give you some benefit that you sign with them. And unfortunately now in the, you know this, in the world of business there are many people who are oppressed in their companies, in their works. So some people, some workers, they don't give, and he thinks that he's, you know, himself that he's smart. He said, you give me 50, I give you 50. You give me 20, I give you 20. That's mean of work. Maybe waste his time. We said no. As a believer, listen what the Quran said. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, awfu bil uqud. This is command. Oh, you believe what? Awfu. Fulfill your contract, your obligation, whatever you obligate yourself in front of others. This is very important. Now,
however, it is permissible for each of the two parties to make a special condition to serve his own interest, even if the other does not make any.
It's not necessary that both sides they make condition. Right? Maybe it's conditioned both by the seller, or maybe by the buyer. Why? Because usually people they put condition when they need it. Like now for companies, for example, they give you any device, they will give you, for example, 2 days or 3 days or 1 day, or they don't give you maybe any time. Okay, or they say that if you take it and return it in 2 days, you know, it will cut this amount. Okay, they put this condition, and also you put your condition here. It's not necessary that you put your condition and I put my condition. Here depends on the situation now.
And both should agree upon. At any rate, option of stipulation is something that concerns the seller and the buyer, and they are allowed to use it in the way they like, provided there is mutual consent.
Right. If they waive this condition, is it okay or not? Here depends. Right? I put the condition, and Ibrahim agreed on this condition, then he cannot change his mind. Okay? After this. Right? But for me, because the condition benefits me, I said it's okay, I wait. For example, he said take it for 2 days. I said no, just I will take it. I don't need to think about it. Khalas. Okay? So this depends, the one who put the condition, he can what? Cancel it. Right? Now the third one. Third side.
Third, option in case of deception.
Deception from deceiving, and this we call it at-tadlis. At-tadlis. Okay? Tadlis. Right? Now,
if the buyer or the seller is gravely deceived due to misjudgment of the sale, he is permitted to confirm or cancel the deal.
right. What's the meaning of khiyar, tadlis or deception? The meaning is that one of them, he discovered that he was cheated in one way or another. I mean, he misjudged the situation. He thought that this device, you know, worth 1,000 riyal. And then he discovered that it doesn't worth more than 200 riyal. It's a lot of money. Right? Why? Because the seller did not show the truth about this. And under this, there are some people who take advantage of the ignorance of people, about the value of the product. The value of the product. They take advantage of your ignorance, so they sell the product for you with a lot of money. Now,
the Prophet ﷺ,
will you read from the beginning? If the buyer
or the seller is gravely deceived due to misjudgment of the sale, he is permitted to confirm or cancel the deal. The Prophet ﷺ said, one should not harm others, nor should one seek benefit for oneself by causing harm to others.
Yeah, this is one of the teaching in Islam. And this based on what? لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. The Muslim should care about his brother and others same way that he care about himself. Don't think that you are smart when you deceive others. Okay? Then you think, just put yourself in the situation of this person. If somebody deceived you, what will happen here? So the hadith said, لا يحل مال امرئ مسلم بدون رضا أو كما جاء في الحديث عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. It's not lawful to take the money of your brother or the other Muslim, without his consent. If he is not pleased with this. Naam.
He also said, the property of a Muslim is not lawfully to be taken except by his consent.
Naam.
None likes to be deceived through the sale. But if the resulting loss is insignificant and usually occurs among people, the deceived person has no option to cancel the deal.
What does it mean, when he said insignificant and usually occurred among people? How can we judge what consider, significant or insignificant? The Sharia did not put line for this. Usually for anything like this, it will be left for the urf. Al-urf. What means the urf? The custom of the community. What people consider it great loss. For example, now to buy a car. The car, for example, worth 50,000 riyal. And you get it for 50,000 riyal and 50. How much is extra now?
50.
Only 50 riyal. Is it too much in buying car with 50 riyal? What does it mean? So this consider there's no option. Because there's something that could happen. But you bought the car with 50, and in fact you found out that doesn't, maybe worth more than 10,000 riyal. Is it a lot or not?
Yes.
Now this is the meaning here of misjudgment here. And you have the right here to discuss or reconsider the contract. Some ulama, they try to put it around 10% up to 20%. But the right sound opinion is that will be left for what? For the customer, what people consider it as loss or too much or less. Now?
This condition is valid if it is still, the contract is still under consideration. If it is contract complete. The
Naam.
is complete.
Naam.
The other person already paid.
Yes.
Then is it still after I know that it is not so good.
Yes. You can retain it. This is the way it should be. This is the way it should be. Why? Because you were deceived by this. And especially some people, because they don't know the price. Ignorant. Especially people, for example, they come from other country or other town. And this is why this is coming, inshallah. It's coming, it's not right to receive people and give it to to take advantage of their ignorance or not knowing the price. Now,
The option in case of deception or misjudgment is applicable in 3 cases.
now look at these cases. It will be applicable in 3 situations. Now,
The first case is that of deceiving a stranger seller or merchant by meeting him before he reaches the market. If a Muslim enters into a business transaction with such a seller or merchant, and then the merchant finds out that he has been paid less, he legally has the option to cancel or confirm the transaction.
right. Why? People, for example, they come from a town. And when he came, some people, they know that these people, they don't know the market. So they meet them in the border or outside, and when they arrive, they will sell this for them for 50 riyals, this pen, for example. And he will take it. But when he enters the town, wherever he goes to any shop, he discovers that this pen doesn't worth more than 1 riyal. So what happened? He took advantage of his ignorance. So this is the point here. Okay? And unfortunately this happened a lot. People, they take advantage of the ignorance of people when they move from one place to another. And this is why, unfortunately, the farmers, they work hard, okay, in their farm. They spend a lot of money, a lot of effort, but they get less. While, and the other side, the consumer who take this product of this agriculture, also they take it very high price, right? Who's the one who benefits from this? The mediator who take from this, and he take advantage of the ignorance of both sides, this group and this group. Now.
What about this is one for is the walking plan for only for the community or is it valid for everything?
For anything.
For example, if someone coming from the village to a city and they hire a taxi to reach the destination. To reach the destination, it will cost only 100 riyals.
Yes.
And the taxi driver asks for 500 riyals. And okay, the agreement is completed, and on the way near to the destination, it he knows by that it will cost only 100 riyals, not more than that. At that time, what will he?
He will give him just 100.
100.
Yes. Okay, you tell him from the beginning that you deceived me. How much? How come he take from me 500 while for any other taxi limousine it will cost you 80 to 100? It's a lot of difference here. Naam? Naam. Naam?
He will kick him. He will not leave him.
Okay, when you are right.
Problem, fine.
When you reach your destination. This is the problem, the ignorance of the people of Sharia. When people, they understand the Sharia and the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jalla, okay, they will not do all these things. In fact, the honest Muslim, he will not charge like this. Even you are a stranger, you should not take advantage. Okay? You should be reasonable. Because Allah will bless this money. But to take advantage of your ignorance and deceiving you, that means doesn't think about you as a brother, but as fish to be catch. Right? This is a problem. Now.
Imam Muslim related that the Prophet ﷺ said, "Do not meet a merchant on his way and enter into business transactions with him. Whoever meets him and buys from him, and then the owner of the merchandise comes into the market and finds that he has been paid less, he has the option to declare the transaction null and void."
There's a point here. The hadith is very clear. The hadith is very clear. If you meet somebody, especially people are come sometime during Hajj, they come bringing something from their countries. Some goods, some devices, something like this. So people, they take advantage and they say because this is very cheap in their country. So here they buy it for 10 riyals. Right? Okay, he will sell it. And then the next day, when he go to the market, he found this. It's worth 200, 300 riyals. It's a lot of money. If he has a way to cancel the sale, he can cancel the sale. If, for example, he didn't give him the device, he said, I will give it to you tomorrow after tomorrow. And he discovered this. Is he obliged to give him this commodity? Huh? Or this? No. He said, no, you deceived me. You pay me only 10 riyals while it should be 200 riyals. This is the point here. Nah. So this called khiyar. Nah.
Thus, the Prophet ﷺ prohibits a Muslim to meet a stranger merchant before he reaches the market. The Prophet ﷺ teaches us that if such a merchant finds out that he has been paid less, he legally has the option to cancel or confirm the transaction. Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, may Allah have mercy on him, said, the Prophet ﷺ stressed that a stranger merchant has the option to cancel or confirm the trade transaction if the buyer meets him outside the market, before the former knows about the recent market value.
This is what they do sometimes, in the car market. You may maybe notice this. In the car market, when you go to sell your car, arise from outside, somebody come from other town, they will call, this car doesn't work, just if you get 5,000, that's good for you, and the minute they catch it, they will sell it for 20 or 25 riyals. So they deceived. They didn't tell him the truth about the value of his car. Nah.
This is a kind of deception from Ibn Qayyim, may Allah have mercy on him, stated, this transaction is forbidden as the buyer can deceive the seller merchant using the latter's unawareness of the market value and pay him less than what is due. Therefore, the Prophet ﷺ gives such a merchant the right of option whether to cancel or confirm such a deal when he enters the market and knows the recent market value. Such a merchant's right of option in case of deception is indisputable, as he does not know the actual market value for his goods, and thus the buyer is legally considered deceitful. Likewise, a stranger has the same right if he is sold something exceedingly more expensive than that of the market value.
So here we should know that deception is not right, it's not lawful in Islam. واضح? Clear? Now this one of the case that under this type خيار التدليس.
The second case, in which the option in case of deception is applicable, is that of
نجس. You remember we talk about نجس. ولا تناجسوا. ولا تناجسوا. In the hadith. What does it mean تناجسوا? You remember we mentioned this before. What's the meaning of تناجس or نجس? نجس. Not نجس. نجس. التناجس. طيب التناجس that mean to الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه. The meaning of najas, my dear brother, is to increase in the price of the product with the intention just to give it higher price without any interest to buy it. Okay? That's what they do sometimes in car business. They come from this car. Rahim came to buy this car. He said, okay, who will pay higher price? Came, for example, Arshad said 10,000. Right? Arshad, he want to buy the car. Hussein You remember Hussein, huh? Hussein, he doesn't have any interest to buy the car. But he said, when this, he said, 10,000, he said, I will pay 11. He said, okay, I'll pay 11,500. He said, I'll pay 13. You know, he just increased the, what's the motive? Not to buy it. He doesn't have anything to buy the car. He was motivated by different motives. Either to, you know, give higher price for the car to benefit the one who sell it. This is one reason. Okay. Or to harm the buyer. Because he doesn't like or have some dispute. Just he wants to harm the buyer by increasing the price of this product. This is the meaning of najas. As the Prophet said, وَلَا تَنَاجَشُوا. It's okay to increase if you are serious and sincere to buy the product, but just to give price without any intention to buy it or for other motives, this is haram. Right? So in case, for example, Arshad, he bought the car when it reached 20,000 riyal or 25,000 riyal. And after signing the contract, he discovered that he was deceived, that they have, you know, that's what they do sometimes, games. So, okay? Then he has the right to cancel the sale. Because they were not honest with him. Is it clear? No. Something.
The second case in which the option in case of deception is applicable is that of nash, in which the buyer is deceived and ensnared by the artificial outbidding of a fake buyer. This is an illegal act as it involves fraud and deception to ensnare the buyer. Such a kind of sale, najash, was prohibited by the Prophet ﷺ, who said, do not outbid in a sale in order to ensnare others.
No.
A similar form of such a fraudulent selling is when the owner of the commodity lies to the buyer and tells him that he has been offered such and such a price for his commodity, or that he has bought it at such and such a price.
Yes, this is the other kind. Now this decision from the seller himself. He said, somebody gave me, you ask him, say, I want to buy it with 10,000. Say, no, there's somebody who gave me 20,000 riyal in this. And he was lying. Okay, he was lying. He was lying, doesn't tell the truth. And you believe that here, but since there's somebody who paid, that means it is worth this value. And then you discover that he was a liar, then also you have the right to cancel this contract. Now.
Likewise, it is regarded as najash when the seller apparently insists on a certain price for his commodity, which costs much less than this, so that the buyer may take it for the highest cost price possible. For instance, a seller may ask for 10 pounds to sell a commodity that is worth only 5 in order to make the buyer pay a little less than 10.
No.
The third case, in which the option in case of deception is applicable, is that of a gullible buyer. In this regard,
Who is the gullible buyer? The gullible buyer is the one who doesn't know how to make any bargaining. Huh? He doesn't know how to make bargaining. He is a very nice guy. We'll tell him, I will sell this book for 1,000 riyal. Okay, that's fine, that's good. Okay. Without any bargain, he doesn't know how to bargain. He doesn't know the value of the product. He has no judgment about this. And then one case at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, one man, he came to the Prophet ﷺ. He always, whenever he do any transaction, you know, he gets people take advantage of his, honesty and ignorance in this. So the Prophet ﷺ said, whenever you buy something, say, La khilaba. La khilaba. No cheating. Okay, but you say this, that means you have condition. That means if you cheat, then I will take this. Okay, I will return back. And this is why there had been an argument between ulama that is it necessary for the person from the beginning to say this statement, to make this condition? Or since he was, tricked by, in this situation, he had the right in this condition? The sound opinion that, as it's mentioned here, that in case that he didn't meet, or he felt that the seller was not honest with him, then he had the right to cancel the contract or the product. Now,
Imam Ibn al-Qayyim said,
now listen to Imam al-Qayyim what he said in explaining this. Now,
the Prophet ﷺ said, cheating a gullible buyer is a kind of riba. A gullible buyer is a person who does not know the actual value of goods and is not good at bargaining. Rather, such a person, out of his kind nature and innocence, trusts the seller. Thus, if such a buyer is gravely deceived through a sale, he has the right of option whether to cancel the deal or not.
wait. Now, people are different. Now, if you are a seller, if you want to sell products, you know that people will come to you and make bargaining with you, right? So this is why some business people, what they do, they give you what? Higher price, and they think that you will go down with them till they reach the actual price. And here, subhanallah, I will tell you about one situation I never, and I will never forget it in my life, because something strange. One time we are out from the masjid, and there come who are selling this oud, oud, perfume, this oud. And he said, when we, with my cousin, mashallah, my cousin was with me, and he said, how much is this? Well, what's the best thing? Show us the best thing that you have. He said, this is 15, this is 20. We said, show us the best that you have. So, yeah. So he gets something, from one glass that was, in a bag and all this, And then when he showed it, he said, okay, how much tula? This 150. Yeah, Sheikh, very high. 150. Subhanallah. My cousin said, no, it's too much. I said, what, 150. My cousin said, he said, how much you want to pay? I didn't talk, and I'm glad I didn't speak. My cousin said, 5 riyals. I was surprised for me. I looked, يا شيخ أقول له يا شيخ أنا أتكلم الحين يا شيخ حرام عليك جوك حرام عليك أنا 150 أنت خليه 5 ريال كان تفويت استنى وشوف اصبر وشوف الحين. I didn't believe this. يعني بقول له 60 70 يعني mid. So I stopped. I didn't say. I said, and then he come, okay, 110, 90, 80, and then my cousin said, okay, I'll take it with 10 riyal. I give him extra. I said, Wallahi, ما في, there's big gap. And then he got it for 10 riyal. Can you imagine this? Yes, people they do this, especially in certain things like perfume, something that they cannot. Fine. Now in this case, if you are the one who are selling this, for example, you say this perfume, I want to buy it. How much is this? You say this is 100. And you know that I can go with you if I am good person who can bargain with you. I can get it for 50. And then you sold this for 50 for some. And then comes somebody else who is honest, nice. He said, how much is this? He said, 100. And he said, okay, take this 100. What should be your stand? You should be honest. He said, okay, I told you, I will sell it for 100 riyal, but I will give it to you for 60 or 70. Okay? If you didn't, then you are taking something which is not right. Because you are cheating. You take advantage of the person. And if this person discover this big difference, he has the right to retain and cancel this. Clear? Now.
Generally speaking, the selling based on deception is prohibited as it is a means of cheating the buyer. In some markets of Muslims, when a new merchant offers some goods for sale, the main market merchant conspire and send one of them to buy again with the seller for a lower price. Thus, the seller becomes obliged to sell him the goods at a cheap price, as nobody else outbids. Afterwards, the buyer returns to his fellow merchants to divide the goods among themselves. This is a prohibited thing, for it is a kind of deception and injustice. In such a case, the deceived seller has the right of option to cancel the deal and restore his goods once he knows about the plot. Whoever commits such deceitful transactions must give them up and turn to Allah in repentance. Also, whoever is acquainted with the legal ruling on such sales must show his disapproval of those who practice them and report them to those in authority in order to receive different punishment.
The problem, unfortunately, nowadays you find it in different places. Like now in Halab. Okay? There's a group like gang. Like gang. If they see somebody else to buy, they among themselves, they try to buy everything, and then they put the price they want. Like plus, between them. So they take it very cheap from the origin, from the farmers, for example, or the company who import it, and they sell it with a higher price for the consumer. All this is not right. Do you have any question? We'll stop here, inshallah. Raise your voice.
No one can apply conditions to the seller.
For
his own right.
Yes.
For example, so you cannot sell it. For example, you have to buy this. If I buy this one, you have to rent my house. And you cannot sell more than this level.
No, this is not lawful. Why?
Can government put orders to business?
I don't understand your question, but you see the point is, if you put two contracts, because this contract, to rent your apartment, and you buy my car, these two contracts, in one contract. This is why it is not lawful. Read this? What's the question regarding this? You mean the government can do this?
Yes.
No, this applies for everyone. Everyone, either government or individuals or business or whatever.
But some people are doing like this. If you want me to rent my apartment, you have to purchase my furniture. You have to get my furniture, including my furniture, you have to get. People are telling. For rent.
Yeah, he said you have to choose to rent the whole house, furnished or unfurnished.
Together.
Okay, furnished or unfurnished.
So they are putting conditions. If you are buying my thing, I will rent you my apartment. Like this.
No, that's not right. Two contracts, one contract. No.
You told about the sheep when they are selling to the Hajj market.
Yes.
The seller currently keep any margin, that is people who will take buy the sheep from the Hajj.
Yes.
They will not go to the farmer to buy it, right? The mediator who is bringing the sheep to his side.
To meet after Eid for Arafat, huh? No.
Can't he keep any margin for him? He can keep margin for it, right?
Yes. But the margin should be it's not that big margin. Okay. It's reasonable. Something which is reasonable. Okay. And make sure that the one who sells that did not get lost a lot of money.
Yeah, I know somebody, right? One day before Hajj, 1 month prior to Hajj, they buy the sheep, lot of sheep, right?
Yes.
Then the price will be less for that during the Hajj. The Hajj peak season, So price is very high, very high. They are selling according to the high price level.
Yeah, this is different. It's different because here we are talking about what? The market value.
Market.
And the market value is different from time to time. Okay, maybe you buy this land today with 10,000 riyal. Okay, maybe they have put new construction and the government will buy many land, so the price will go up. So you buy it maybe one day, 10,000, maybe in 5 days you can, sell it for double or more. That's different.
Situation is but at the same time, immediately after Hajj, the price will come down.
Yeah, this is what we call it, as they call it, season.
Season, yeah.
Yeah, seasonal prices. This is always a peak, they call it. Like in summertime, the prices for accommodation, for travel, tickets, all this go up. They call it high season. So this is different. No. نعم علي.
How about if the employer no longer pays the salary of the employer 1 month or 3 months? Is that a grant for not working or not something? Because most of the they do that.
Yeah, he go to the authority to report his case. To report his case. I'm talking not about paying the salary tax. I'm talking about sometimes they don't give you all the benefits. And some people are working but they don't do their job as it should be. Because they deduct from their salary or they didn't give them some of the privilege they promised. This is the point.
There is one farmer. He makes crops, he works hard. But if he goes to the market, he does not know how much to sell it for. Maybe the buyers will make it very less. There is this mediator. He goes, he buys from the farmer. And he, using his skills, like persuading and something, he goes and he sells it for high price. He buys it from this person, maybe giving little bit less, and sells it higher. So is it allowed or?
As we say, this is option. This is option. Okay, it's not condition. This is option. That means it is option for the farmer. Except he say, well, I don't lose anything. I don't have the time to go to the market and make bargaining. I want to sell it anyway. It's okay. Okay, so this is option. That means it is his right. And he can waive this right. Huh?
But maybe the person is not paying him that much, a lot of money. Maybe
yes, and this is the point here. Either if he wants to waive it, it's up to him. But if he said, no, I will go to the market and do it myself, he can do it. And he can cancel this. Okay? Right? I'll see you inshallah after salah.